Okay, how many of you have never heard me before? Did they warn you? They should have. I'm going to help you take advantage of what you need to become in order to take advantage of this fantastic opportunity. I'm going to start by telling you 99% of us have never been given a model for earning that was ever going to get us anywhere significant. We've all had models of work, our parents, our uncles, our aunts, our brothers, our sisters, and those models were to respond to the demands of a job. And that model fed a lot of people for many years. But there's change, big change. And the people who are going to survive from now to the future are going to be those people who begin to bet on themselves. And you have not been trained or taught really how to do that. And I'm going to explore that with you so you become convinced that it's within your grasp right here. But if you're not serious and you don't really see the potential for you, then it's wasted time. There are a few times in life when an opportunity comes along that you don't guess about. And this is one of those times. It reminds me of a story, and this may get you thinking just a bit. There were two old gents sitting on a porch in Tennessee, and one fellow was sitting there just kind of lazy, and the other guy was screaming and yelling. And the fellow walking by noticed that, and he said, "What the heck is wrong with your friend?" He said, "Well, he's sitting on a tack. He's sitting on a nail." "Well, heck, why don't he get off the nail?" He said, "Because it's not hurting enough yet." And that's what I want you to think about. It may not be hurting enough yet, but if you don't change, there's a good chance it's going to be. And guess who wins in that game? Time. Time waits for no one. Neither does opportunity. So you have an opportunity. I'm already convinced. Those of you who've heard me before, you don't need to know why I'm convinced. I love this company. I trust this ownership. They're committed. This place is phenomenal from a business perspective. You know, I was teaching for years in the field of psychology. And one of the toughest things to teach anybody was the power of human thought. Do you see? If you look up here, there's an illusion taking place. You see one person. That's the illusion. You don't see all the people who influenced me. You don't see all the books I've read, all the studying I've done. You don't see that. So the issue is not me, it's about what can come from me to you that is of value. I worked hard to get it, and I'm giving it away freely, so pay attention. Fair enough? In order to be someplace new, you must be willing to leave someplace old. In order to be more than you are now, you need to change some of what you're doing now. In order to be better tomorrow, you need to be working harder today. Now, is that logical, yes or no? Well, why is it we know, but we don't do? Isn't that interesting? It sounds like good rhetoric, but you ask yourself, why don't I do it when it's so convincing when I hear it? Well, maybe it's your self-image. So let's take a look at that for a minute. Each one of us has a set of beliefs about ourselves. And that set of beliefs is called your self-image. So it's built upon the belief system. You accumulated it from your early childhood and just developed it further as time went on. But some of those early childhood impressions became your judge and jury about who you are, whether you're pretty or ugly, whether you're smart or stupid, whether you're capable or incapable. There were some impressions made on all of us. The problem is, most people never try to change their self-image. They try to change their life without realizing your self-image is holding you back. Well, how do you change a self-image? You can read 1,000 books and it probably won't help much. But there's one thing you need to do, and the clue is this. The self-image is built upon the belief systems, i.e., your beliefs about yourself. Oh, wait a minute, there's a clue here. You mean if I could get to believe some new things about me, I could get to improve my self-image? Yes. Say it again. If I could get to believe some new things about me, could I change my self-image? Yes, because I'll be believing new things. Well, how do you get to believe new things? You need to change. You hear it again? You need to change. You need to have evidence by doing things you've never done before, by keeping commitments at a level you've never done before, by being committed to something like you've never been committed before. That will change your life. Everything else is going to be fluff. I don't care how good the opportunity is with ACN, and it stands on its own merits. It's fantastic. But the player in the game is you sitting in those seats. It's up to you. The structure's here, the training's here, the support is here, the integrity's here. Find it someplace else. So we need to be honest. We need to do an honest self-analysis. How hard do we really try? See, when people say to me, George, I'll give it a try, I translate, no, you're committed to failing. How many times have you said, well, I'll give it a try, that sort of blasé, I'll give it a shot, I'll give it a try. You know what that says? Everything in your past that stopped you is where try ends. So you're already programmed to fail if you haven't made it before. Do you hear me? So I'll give it a try, don't work. Tentative, being tentative is no power. Socrates said, this is a universe that does not favor the timid. Interesting. You have the power to change your destiny. But if you don't believe it because of a self-image that someone else imposed upon you, shame on you. You can start anew in the moment you're in. But until you make that decision, you'll just repeat the patterns of your life, the patterns of your habits, the patterns of your thoughts, and you'll probably get the same results you have now. I'm going to give you some shocking news here. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Our thinking creates our emotions and choices. Our emotions and choices develop into our habits. Those over time crystallize into the circumstance called my life. So who's the creator of the circumstance of your life? Who made the choices? Whose brain was operating in certain ways? Who had the attitude, negative, positive, indifference, lazy, procrastination? You know, it's amazing. To the human mind and spirit, it takes no more energy to be an absolute failure than it takes to be a mammoth success. To the human mind and spirit, same amount of energy. Why not win? Why not you? You know, my dad used to say to me when I would ask him, he was a simple man, worked in a factory all his life. 35 years, that brown paper bag, very faithful to the factory, home, rain, sleet, or snow, no car. Whenever I said, oh, Dad, I wish somebody, he'd say, son, you want to get on in life? Whenever you're looking for a helping hand, you just take a peek right at the end of your own sleeve and start there. How many people live like that? Oh, I'd do better if my sponsor were nicer. Why don't you just do better in spite of your sponsor? Oh, if they did this, we'd be better. Two things you got to give up. These are two of my favorites. And until you give them up, you're stuck. Give you a visual. This is us until we wake up. We wallow in two things that we must get rid of. So I want you to picture a huge chain around my neck. That's around yours too. You with me? One's going this way, and another one is going this way. There is a huge leather suitcase, huge, packed. It's just bulging over here, and another one over here. And I think I'm going forward. How am I doing? I can't drag these. I've been dragging them all my life. They've been holding me back, and I haven't realized it. So, George, tell us what's in the suitcases. Just a minute. Ooh. Excuses. Loaded. Blame, loaded. Until you get rid of excuses and blame and take charge of your own life, spirit, and energy, you will be, at best, average. And more likely end up less than average. You know, people say, oh, let's get a good motivation. Let me tell you something about motivation. I learned as a young boy a lot about motivation. When I had polio and they sent me home from the hospital and told my mama he'll never walk again, they didn't believe it. They were people of faith. And I had to learn something about love that hurts and faith. The doctor said, wrap him in hot woolen blankets from the stove, from boiling water, legs and back. 24 hours a day, just keep doing it. I hated it. I thought my mother and my grandmother just were punishing me. Why? Can't they see how bad this makes me feel? I could not see their unbelievable love and devotion to my well-being. I couldn't see it, but was it there? It's in your life too. You look for it, you're going to find it. People who absolutely cared and loved you, they just didn't do it the way your picture said they should. And you got a case about it, didn't you? Well, the next thing I learned is they said, he's got to exercise. You would have never met anybody in the world more disinclined, not interested in exercise. Why? Because it hurt. It hurt. So what did I learn about motivation? You can't wait to feel good to do it. Did you hear me? I used to love to coach teams when they said, oh, those guys are really pumped up. I would tell my guys, you just stay calm and go out there and win. That emotion cannot be sustained. Are you listening to me? If you're counting on motivation, okay, to keep you going, you're going to fail. Because between where you start and the goal, there's all kinds of obstacles. So I can't wait to be pumped up. I got to focus my mind, say what needs to be done, get out of my way, I'm doing it, and I don't care who likes it, who doesn't like it, who joins me or who doesn't join me. Their judgments about what I do and me are finito, done. Can you live that way? Can you take charge of yourself? Can you plant your flag? Can you say, this time and mean it. This time I shall win. That's how the human spirit responds. It wasn't, well, I'll give it a try. Sounds like a little girl asking to go to the bathroom. So reality. There are no two realities in this room. Yet you all think you're hearing the same thing. I got news for you. There aren't two people in this room hearing the same thing from me. You think you are. Shall I tell you why? Because we perceive the present moment of experience from what we can call forth from our stored bank of memory, intelligence, knowledge. So we have filters, unbelievable numbers of them. Are your parents a filter? How they treated you a filter? If you were loved or unloved, is that a filter? How about your friends? Are they filters? How about the teachers you've had? Are they filters? How about your belief systems and your religion? Are they filters? Are you getting the point? So in nanoseconds, whatever you see or hear in the present, in nanoseconds, you give it the meaning. I don't. You interpret what it means. I just put it out. So now do you understand that you're creating your own reality through your thoughts, your perceptions, your interpretations, and what you make as real in fact. So there are no two essential realities. We all have our own. Well, that's good. Since I can create my reality, listen closely, with my thoughts, my emotions, my choices, my behaviors, if I can create it that way, why can't I change it that way? Well, I need to change my thinking. You need to know the power of human thought. The greatest gift the Creator gave humanity was a mind. And when you learn to transfer and train the mind to connect with the Spirit, which is the knower of all in all of us, you will start to grow in every direction you should grow. You will discover who you are. You will become your miracle. You won't lay back anymore. And the further you go, the kinder you will be, the more loving you will become, because you're finally playing in tune with your deepest nature, which is love, caring, growing, prospering. You were not put on this earth to live in a penalty box. There is absolutely no shortage of anything on this planet except what we think. What we think creates our shortages, not the reality. This is a universe. This is so superabundant, it just keeps giving. We just don't know how to take or fashion it because we get in our own way. So when you start, why don't you plan to finish? What would stop you? I'm going to tell you what would stop you. Why don't we get that out of the way while we're at it, huh? What I'm going to tell you will stop you has been stopping you all your life. You need to make a decision that it's not going to do it anymore. Mismanagement of your emotions. Mismanagement of your emotions. She made me mad. So what are you going to do about it? I'm going to get even. Great use of energy. Whoa, is that brilliant use of energy. When you resent, when you hate, when you're dishonest, when you're not in integrity, do you think you're really winning? You need to know the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. Everything that is came from spirit. Everything that is material in your life came from thought. Fashioned first in the mind, developed in the process of thinking, deductive and inductive reasoning, and all of a sudden we have a chair or a product or a jet plane. So the creative juice, the end that we see, was already fashioned in the cause. So the real power of why this is there is because it was here or it could never be. Now apply that to your life. Are you starting to see the power of thought? Why should you wallow in negative thinking unless you're a miserable person? Unless you're really unhappy. And if you're really, really unhappy, excuses and blame, pull them up. Because you were part and parcel of every drama in your life. Every event, you were the player in the game. Power of thought, power of emotions. Now there's this thing with emotions. We know we do not like to be rejected. Would you agree? How many of you would say, I don't like rejection? Can I see? Okay. Now, the way to handle that is to simply let it be okay to be rejected. I'm sorry. Let it be okay. Why give power to someone else over you? Not everybody in the world is going to love you. Love them back anyway. Be free of it. It's another technique, isn't it? Well, nobody will see what I'm doing here. I'll be a little shady and do something a little crooked. Nobody's looking. Now I want to teach you the law of karma. Cause and effect. Here's how it works. What you put out has a nature. Okay, it has a theme, it has a cause. So I put out something nasty, and I don't get caught right away. So I think, oh boy, I'm not worrying about that law. But you see what it does? It kind of spins around out in the universe, and it's just waiting, because it's going to be like a kangaroo coming around on, whoop! It might be a year, 2 years later, you go, what the heck was that about? What a bad day. And I whisper to you, that was payday for that. Well, now let's work it the other way. I'm putting out goodness, I'm putting out love, I'm putting out authentic concern. And I just put it out. I just put it out because that's who I want to be. I believe if I put it out, it's coming back in like time. And all of a sudden, you're going, golly, this stuff works. A year or two later, something wonderful happens in your life, and I say, this was payday. If you don't believe in universal laws, I feel sorry for you. Because we live in a world that's very, very confused. But the universe and the deity, however you're connected, is not confused. We're confused. So the core of our being is love. Is there a business, if you do it right, where you could love and help and support more people advance in their lives and be in a business, which is usually all about money? Do you really appreciate where we are? You are ambassadors for the world. How many nationalities we have in here? How many different countries? And we're sitting together like brothers and sisters. We're laughing, we're enjoying, we're learning together. This is the world we should see out there. Emotions. Now, I'm going to teach you a powerful, powerful word so that you can handle negative emotions. You can't run from them, they're out there, okay? Okay, so we can't avoid them, but we can deal with them. Okay, so let's say I have an issue of rejection, because everyone kind of likes that one. So I stand here and I go, man, I don't like how it feels, and I know between me and there, I'm probably going to hit a lot of it. George, how do I deal with it? I say, become the wind. Become the wind. Become the wind? Yeah, watch. Uh-oh, here it comes. Rejection. Here I was before. Oh, you rejected me. I feel bad. I'm going home. I'm not talking to anybody. Blah, 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 blah. You're attached to it. You got it? That which you resist, you give power to. So it's your resistance is causing you the anguish. not the rejection. So you say, oh, here it comes. I'm not sticking, I don't like it, but I'm sliding right past you. Next. Next. Take any of the emotions that you don't like, do the same thing. Pretty soon, you will have mastery over what you even allow to bother you. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? It is. It is. You know, at home, I'm famous for never knowing where I'm going. Truthfully. And my wife says, oh, don't send him. He'll turn left instead of right. He'll turn. And so she said to me, why is it you're so smart? Why can't you get from here to the grocery store without taking wrong turns? I said, I learned a long time ago, never waste my mental energy on minutia. It doesn't matter, I'll find it. So now we take a look and we go, commitment. Oh, George, I hate that word, don't you? Commitment is doing the thing you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left you. You see there's no permanency there? It's a commitment. It's a declaration of me that I will see it through. Can you do it? I say you can. Would you need to change? I say you do. Can you? I say you can. Will you? I don't know. See, a teacher can only put it out. And there's an old saying, when the student is ready, your teacher will miraculously arrive. And I hope for some of you here, and I hope for all of you, that what I'm saying to you is difficult to grapple with, but seek the truth. It really will set you free to become the star you were born to be. Persistence. Persistence is easy if you do one thing. What's your purpose? What's your goal? Because without a goal, you cannot direct the traffic of your mind in a focused, efficient way. You need to have a target. Now, I know why you don't set goals. Because at an unconscious level, you know you never keep them. So here's your language. That's not necessary. That's your story. It's not true. You know at an unconscious level, you're a joke. You just don't keep commitments. You don't set goals because you never really work hard enough to really reach them. What if that's your truth? Do you think you need change? Yes or no? Uh-huh. Now, why do you need goals? Because a whole apparatus of your thoughts will actually attract what it is you're focused on. Hear me again. Your mind begins to function at the unconscious and conscious level to take you where you say you really want to go. In other words, the material that shows up in your life was first fashioned in the nature of your mind and thoughts. So you need to know the connection between goals and faith. You see, faith, if you could prove faith before you start, it wouldn't be called faith. You can't prove it before you start. But there's a dynamic, even in psychology, that can tell you that there's something powerful to do with belief and faith. And here it is, back to the goal. If I have something I'm after, pick your pin level, pick SVP, go for whatever, pick it. Declare it's your intention. Set it out there. But here's what you must do. You must make it so real in your imagination that you take it from there and you bring it here with solid belief. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what year or month it is. But that I intend to accomplish. Now, when the universe hears that, see, when the energy hears, your soul is being touched with the right stuff. And I'm going to make a promise to you, if you can do that, you are going to start reading the right books, hanging with the right people, showing up at unbelievable occurrences where you go, wow, I met someone, da-da-da-da-da. You will start seeing that you are drawing into your experience what you need to help you along the way. Now, faith is not stupid. It requires what? Action. If all you needed to do is sit on your fanny and just believe you're going to get something, that's faith of a fool. You need to do something. So let me tell you how faith really works. Faith illuminates the path you need to take, the learning you need to undergo to get you what it is you declared as your birthright. Are you hearing me? It's an awful lot, isn't it? I used to cover a lot of this stuff in the whole course. You got to get it rapid fire, I'm sorry. But you can handle it. You can handle it because you've lived enough life to know what you don't know and what you need to know to get where you want to go. Yes? Okay. Oh, and they left me a little more time. I never know when I'm up here. You know, you get going and then you look over and they're blinking lights at you and saying, shh, the hook. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a visual of exactly what network marketing is. I'm going to tell you a little story. And this story, to me, captures it all. Remember where I started? That we've never been taught really how to make money, how to earn money. We've been taught jobs, 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 education, 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 jobs, 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 right? Okay, now we come and we hear about this opportunity and people hear residual income. What's residual income? So I'm going to take you on a little journey. Now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine this is you at some point or it's your new person that's here, okay? We're going to go on a journey. It's one of those evenings where you're really reevaluating where you are in life. And you know you need to change some things and you wish you were further ahead. Maybe you wish you were happier. And you're in a contemplative mood. And so you decide to go out in the field and just walk and think and pray, meditate. You just wanted to kind of listen to the whispers. So you're out there and you're walking and you're walking and you're thinking and you're thinking and you look off in the distance and you see a bright light emanating way off in the distance, and it's like a magnet is drawing you. So your curiosity is you keep going toward the light. As you get to the light, you see, wow, it's a cave that is just luminous inside. And you step in, and some feet away from you, this light is just bursting up from a deep hole in the cave. And you look around the walls of the cave, and there are thousands and thousands of shovels, thousands, leaning up against the wall, thousands of them leaning up. You go, what the heck is this? You get over to the cave and you look down, and it's all gold coins and bars, just, oh, woo-hoo-hoo. You go, whoa. Just about that time, a genie jumps out of a bottle and said, would you like some of that? And you say, oh, are you kidding? Yeah. And you grab a shovel. Got it? You grab the shovel. And the genie says, that's what you've been doing all your life. How's it been working for you so far? Are you rich yet? You go, no. Well, I'm going to teach you a little something about how to make residual income. You see all those shovels? Yeah. Do you know people that would love to see this pot of gold? Well, it's going to be your job to show them that it really does exist. And then you bring them here And for everyone that grabs a shovel, they get paid, and you get paid on your effort and their effort. That's called your first level. You go, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not through. Don't leave yet. Do you think some of those people might want to go out and get their own friends to dig some gold? And they have the exact same opportunity. In fact, if they find more people of gold, they may make more money than you, but they'll be on your second level and you'll get paid too. You got to be kidding me. Oh, I'm not through. How about those people going out and getting people on your third level? And you go, you mean I'll get paid on that too? Uh-huh. I'll be back. No, whoa! 4, 5, 6, 7, SVP. Huh. That's what you need to understand, the difference in making money with residual potential. And when you see that visual in your mind, you won't care who says yes and who says no. You got a story to tell, and you're not going to be afraid to tell it. Because if you don't believe in your heart that you can do this, you'll come across weak. You won't be a good recruiter. Because the best selling in the world is nothing more than the person who possesses the product or idea, believing it so strongly, they transfer not the product, they transfer the belief. So if you're wondering, like, exactly. So anyway, does that help you understand network marketing? Huh? How many of you actually could visualize that's how it works? But you could go to a meeting and not understand exactly how it is. But when you see the shovels against the wall and the picking and what you've been doing all your life by yourself is shoveling by yourself. Here they're saying, give some shovels to some people. What? And give some more shovels to their friends. What? And give some more shovels to their friend. Oh, is there a limit? The limit is in between your ears. There's the limit. And that's been your limit all your life. Your thinking. Mismanagement emotions. Themes that conspire against you. Now when you look at your situation, your families, your friends, your lack of friends, there's one thing I always suggest to people. If you want to move forward, you got to get off what's behind you. So take an honest look at yourself. What have your ethics been? You know, are you really a straight shooter? Have you really worked? And then just say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done being that way. I'm going to accept forgiveness for myself and my transgressions. And the evidence that I am in that domain is that I start living differently. There's the evidence. Then I go forth, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not going that way anymore. I'm done with it. Sure, we make mistakes. We all made mistakes. Sure, we've hurt people, some intentional, some not. Still, we got garbage, yes? You got to stop it. You got to go, hey, I'm done. I accept forgiveness so that I can give it away to other people. I can't give a gift away I don't possess myself. I can't get love, real love away unless I love myself. And to love myself, I got to stop playing games and become the gift I was created to become. No more laying back. Today is your day. I'm going to close. I'm going to talk to you for a minute about time. Here's a demonstration of time. Time waits for no one. Got it? The most precious commodity and asset you have is the moments you're in. And we don't live like that at all. Most of us relive yesterday's hurts like we could undo them, wish they were different, the different outcome. Ancient history, sorry. That's there. You're here. So if you learn to live your life in more airtight compartments with time, you will recognize that the only moment you've ever had from your birth is the moment of now. That's all they've been, is a series of light bulbs flashing. Now, 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 now. That's when you're going to tighten up your wasted time. The TV time that's doing nothing for your future, nothing for your families, nothing for your children or your grandchildren. The wasted time complaining and moaning. That's time that you're flushing away. Learn to live time tight. Got it? And I think that the most powerful word in the universe is love. Not even a close second. Everything that is here is the product of love. Creation is the product of love. And we get down here, and because of our squirrely heads and our mismanaged imaginations, we mess it up. We mess it up. Sometimes people would come to me wanting a relationship, and they'd say, George, I just want to find love. I said, that's the easiest solution I've ever given anybody. Please, please tell me. I said, become love, and love will surround you. They go, huh? I said, become love. It's an attraction all of its own. It's so powerful. People are starving for it. It's like recognition. Infants cry for it, and grown men will go out and die for it, just to be recognized as somebody. Well, stand up and be recognized by yourself. So when you leave here, I got a couple of things I want you to do. I want you to sing like nobody can hear you. I want you to dance like nobody can see you. And I want you to love like you've never been hurt. God bless you.